Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 151. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. How are we doing this week, boys?
Good. Tired. I feel like I'm still recovering from last week. Having to go into the office.
That rough?
Dude, it's early and they haven't given Alex a gate pass yet. So
Oh, we were supposed to go bug them today.
yeah, they didn't get back to me today about it either, so
I don't have an email from them
yeah.
saying that they've signed the. We're waiting on them to sign the lease.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I
So,
hate apartment living,
yeah.
dude. I
Everyone
want a
in the apartment
house.
has signed the lease, and it's like, we're sending it to the thing, and it's like,
I just want a
it's been
house.
several days at this point. It's been 5 days, I believe.
Gotta love apartment bureaucracy.
Dude, I just want a
We
house.
even signed their stupid pages they added. Just do the thing at this point.
Yeah, I understand. I don't really have the vacation to spare to do this. Normally I take like a day off after I come back from vacation if it's a work day because I need to usually have to like
Recover.
get Sid from boarding and catch up on all the chores I obviously was not around to do. And yeah, like have a minute of not traveling and like worried about schedules constantly. But didn't have the vacation to do that. So since I didn't get back into like 9:30 Sunday night. Um, just had to get up. I've worked from home past couple days. I'm gonna go back in tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I was struggling on Monday. It was rough. Also, that flight was BS.
Dude, how many hours were you delayed?
It was only like 3, but it was so much worse because we had to like
Board the
we
plane.
boarded the plane, sat an hour waiting for a clearance, didn't get one, got off the plane. As soon as when I got off the plane, like stepped off the plane into the tunnel thing, the pilot was right there and he was like, "Hey, don't go far. We're going to have a solution pretty quick." And I was like, "Okay, so that means we're getting right back on this plane." And literally by the time I got out of the tunnel, the main flight attendant came back with a PA at the gate and was like, "Okay, we got our clearance to take off." So now we literally had to do the whole rigmarole over again, and that includes like we couldn't leave our stuff. Everything had to go come off. So everybody had to get all their carry-on luggage and take it all off, and then do it all back over again, uh, which takes
What
like
is
30 minutes, 40 minutes, and
What
then we
is do it all over again? Just getting on the
You
plane, or do
you
they
had to
make you
boarding.
get
check?
So
boarding.
so
You had to
the
get
way boarding
rechecked.
works on Southwest is that it's not like by section or seat. You board based on your boarding number. So like the seating is general seating. There's no first class or anything. It's just one plane full with seats. And the way they get you is you if you want like a higher boarding number, then you have to pay more. Like the quicker you check in, you can check in like up to a day before your departure time. The quicker you check in, the higher of a boarding number you're going to get, just like as it's available. But if you want like a priority boarding number, you have to pay extra for that. Because if you board later, that means you just have to get whatever seats are available. And people love to do this mind game where they will sit in the aisle seat and then do all this stuff like to discourage you from sitting in
Sitting
that
next to
row
them.
with them. But that doesn't work with Southwest because almost all of their flights are completely booked. That's just how Southwest kind of works. So, like, every flight we were on was fully booked except for the last one. And the last one wasn't because it was originally booked, but we got delayed so long that like 20 or 30 people missed connecting flights because of all the delays. So we actually ended up getting a row to just Jewel and I, which was nice. Um, but yeah, they do all that stuff. So like all the seats, if you're in boarding group C, which is like the last boarding group, then you're basically guaranteed to get an aisle like a middle seat. And everyone's gonna like be already in there, and it's annoying because now wherever you sit, you're gonna have to make somebody get up. But like you can't do anything about it. They sat there first. But and they have to get up. The plane's full. Like every seat's gonna be. It was very frustrating. I don't understand why people do that. Um, so, and especially my flight up there, I sat between a married couple. That made me so mad. Jewel had to sit in the row behind me in a middle seat, and I was in the row in the middle seat, and there was a husband and a wife. And I'm like, why? I get it. One of you doesn't want to, like, nobody wants to sit in the middle seat, but
You're
you're
married.
you're married,
Why?
sit together.
Like,
And
just
like, so they
put.
were just we're
Look,
playing this whole game the whole time of like, oh, which angle am I sitting at, so which place can they pass things over me?
yeah.
uh
Like, dude, if you're a married couple, put the put the wife inside, like, next to the window. Husband sits in the middle, like a gentleman, and then let the random stranger sit
I was
next to
gonna
you.
say, if nothing else, just make the wife should be like, yeah, sit next to me, and she decides to sit in one way or the other, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, anyway.
If you want the extra leg room,
So
sit
yeah,
in the
we
middle,
so we
or
got
sit on the
got
inside.
on the plane, sat an hour, got off the plane, got back on the plane, sat another hour because the head count was all screwed up because so many people had missed connecting flights that nobody knew how many people were supposed to be on the plane, and they can't leave until they've got 100% accurate number for safety reasons and bureaucracy and documentation. Blah. So I had to wait for them to figure that out, and then we finally were able to leave. And the flight was extended because we took an alternate route. We had to fly in from the west side of Nashville instead of the east side, which would be quicker because that storm front was going west to east. So
Moving that
we
way.
had to fly up and around it. So the flight took like an extra 20 minutes. Um, and then I still had a 2-hour drive back to Huntsville from Nashville Airport. So it
Ugh.
was a day, but we made it back safe, and I didn't miss any connecting flights. So whatever. It could have been a lot worse. Um. So yeah, long story short, very exhausted yesterday. Um.
Understandable.
Okay, but enough about stupid Southwest flights. On to the show. So the Pokemon Direct happened. Cameron lovely typed everything up in the show that
I love that it's been summarized in 2 statements.
yeah. My first bullet point here is bunch of BS. Highly recommend you don't bother watching this unless you really care about Pokemon. Um,
And even then, it's not worth it. The most important thing is, I wouldn't even say it's like the DLC stuff, because that got more stuff announced at Pokemon World Championship in Japan this past weekend. I would say the most important thing is that there's a Mew code available. Get your Mew. Uh, I don't know the correct spelling. I'm not gonna put it in the video. I don't care that much. If you actually care about it,
Google it.
you'll have a.
You're not
If you
here for the
actually care about it, you've
Pokemon
already
Direct
gotten
news.
it. I guarantee if you actually care about it, you've already gotten it.
Yeah, true.
And there's a Mewtwo, um, 7-star raid. Yay! It's it's Mewtwo, and it's something that's going to be removed in the next game. So it, again, doesn't matter. And then the only important thing, which Grant made sure to point out,
You're welcome.
which was the Pokemon Stadium 2 and Pokemon GCG for Game Boy are now on NSO.
And that really is about it. I listened to a podcast. I think it's called the Nintendo Podcast. It's by Wolfden and oh my god, who's that Australian Nintendo YouTuber? Uh, dude, I see him on my feed all the time. Why is he? Why am I blanking? I'm literally just gonna Google it. Australian Nintendo YouTuber. Beat 'em ups. They do a podcast together about Nintendo stuff, and Beat 'em ups literally does play Pokemon Sleep. Uh, and it's like nonsensical. And also he's like one of those few people that still plays Pokemon Go and is
Pokemon
extremely
Glow.
distraught about some of the mechanics. It was very. I've never actually like heard anybody that's like, not only very active in the goofy Pokemon stuff, but like cares about it, like a lot. Like, why can't I use Great Balls if I push the button on my Pokemon Go Plus Plus? R/ brand new sentence.
That's
What?
that's a
There's
little too
it's
specific, I
literally
feel
it's
like.
literally so convoluted that I'm not gonna waste my breath explaining it. But
How can I use Great Balls?
the TLDR is that if you use the automatic Pokemon catching system and the main way you're supposed to use it, it only lets you use Pokeballs. It doesn't let you use Great or Ultra Balls, and that's a problem. You can in some ways, like if you manually do it, like if you push the button, but the automatic way only uses Pokeballs, and he was upset about it. Yeah, that was weird. Also, Pokemon Sleep's really weird.
Yeah. It's
Pokemon
also a
Sleep, the thing that
$55
tells you not to do,
attachment.
the thing that tells you to break the fire code safety of having your phone on your bed, or don't have. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. You're not supposed to sleep with your phone on your bed, and Pokemon Sleep's like, yeah, do it.
Do it, coward.
I mean, like, now that you've said that, it makes clear sense to me why you shouldn't. That I'm sure I could name the multitude of reasons why, but I've never considered that is a bad thing to do until you said that just now. Like, I don't.
Neither.
Mine's on my bedside table, like usually
Yeah,
far
same.
away
Yeah.
from me because it makes me have to like get up to reach it, to turn off the alarm in the morning. But shit, Jules sleeps with that shit basically under her head. So,
Well, you haven't died yet.
well, either it's gonna blow up one day and she's gonna instantly die, or she's gonna get brain cancer in 50 years. I don't know. Do you guys know that cell phones are classified as on the same level as aspartame in terms of carcinogenic concern?
Ooh.
Huh.
Did not know that.
Which is basically it's
That's-
called a 2B carcinogen. This is really off topic, but like, yeah, they are. It basically means like it almost certainly doesn't, but it could.
This is why continuing being off topic for a moment. When I worked at Target, for whatever reason, there was a lady that had her phone like in her bra, and someone told her to not do that because she would get breast cancer.
So they're stupid.
Yeah,
Cool.
she most likely will not.
Well, like the example for aspartame is much easier. It's like, okay, so it's almost certainly not going to give you aspartame. You could drink a 12-pack a day and be okay. But if you inject 42,000 Diet Cokes worth of aspartame into a rat, the rat might get cancer. So technically it's a carcinogenic. But if you're drinking 42,000 Diet Cokes
Okay, but like
in any
but at
condensed
that
time frame,
amount, water is dangerous to you.
yeah, you're gonna explode well before
Well
42,000
before.
Diet Cokes. That's the anyway. So continuing with Pokemon stuff. Pokemon, the COO, excuse me, is kind of put out some statements that is showing that Pokemon Company is kind of more and more open to the idea now of non-yearly game releases, which thank God.
No, like yearly game releases are okay if it's not the main one.
Yeah, bring back
Yeah,
the side
that's
games
that's
a little
what they
bit.
yeah, like I'm not
Not just
against
the
the
mobile
yearly
ones
game
either.
releases in general, but I am firmly against yearly mainline Pokemon game releases because now they're
Exactly.
like they've all been garbage for the past like 5 years. Like, sure, I really like Pokemon Shield; it was okay, but like every Pokemon game that's come out, really for the Switch, has run piss poor, especially at launch, and as
Does not
continually
improve.
it's continually gotten less and less liked by fans. Like the only exception is Arceus because that was the one game that did something different, so people were more willing to put up with the
And it
performance
still
problems.
ran piss poor.
Yeah, like it's always been.
Like it wasn't an improvement, it was just a different formula. And it still counted as a mainline, which released like 3 months, not even 3 months after Diamond and Pearl remakes did.
Yeah,
Those two didn't need to release. Or I guess, yeah. It wasn't Arceus and whatever the newest game was.
Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and
But
Violet.
yeah, they released in the same year. They didn't have to release in the same year.
They did release 5 mainline Pokemon games in the same year. So, or within the same
Like I kind of
365
understand
days.
why
Yeah.
you would release Diamond and Pearl and Arceus all within such a short span of each other. You could have spread it out a little more, but like,
You need something for the holidays.
put the
Understandable.
two Gen 4 base things so close to each other because it will support them both. Like people will be excited, but Scarlet and Violet could have been delayed.
Yeah,
But
It
the
needed to be delayed.
anime.
but the
The
anime.
anime was going around every generation at that
Yeah,
time.
exactly. I don't. That's not an argument for that one.
Um. So yeah, I really hope they stop with that. Pokemon company and good news, switching around. They are donating $200,000 to the wildfire relief in Maui. Which is really good news because they've got. I think they're one of their events is happening in Honolulu soon. And obviously they've been partners of wildlife conservation and the environment of Hawaii for a long time because they had a couple games based in Hawaii and all that stuff. So really good to see that. Next up, Nintendo registered a bunch of patents for gameplay mechanics in Tears of the Kingdom.
To
Oh
be fair,
yeah.
there's a lot of unique things there.
Yeah, 30. So they in the period between July 10th and August 4th. This is coming from Automaton Media. Uh, Nintendo made public a total of 32 patents, 31 of which are Tears of the Kingdom related, including patents pertaining to more general mechanics and in-game abilities such as Ultra Hand and Fuse, as well as more specific patents related to the abilities of certain side characters such as Riju's remote lightning attack.
So, I did see discussions about this, right? Um, some people are arguing Nintendo is being, their regular corporate overlord. We are not consumer friendly. And then the other side was arguing that Nintendo is actually trying to make sure that, you know, supposedly this is just a thing in the industry, right? Where the big companies buy or like get the rights to the patents and then other companies can use them, not one to one obviously, but they can use very similar tactics which would normally be this is too close, patents strike you down, right? But it's meant to protect the industry at large from someone, you know, getting a patent and then suing other companies using that same mechanic. Like, say, the waypoint system, right? Like, as an example.
So they're saying that Nintendo is making these patents so that someone else can't make that patent and force, say, and Nintendo in this example, to stop selling copies of Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes.
That seems interesting.
They had an example. I don't remember what the game company was, but
Was it Genshin?
no, I don't think so. I would have recognized that name. Um, but it's basically just to prevent bad eggs from, uh, taking the rights and making it impossible for any other company to do something similar. I don't know. That doesn't sound like corporations.
Yeah, like
But it's
I
also
like the
Japan.
idea of like, hey, we're just trying to protect the video game industry, but Nintendo's a corporation first and foremost. I don't really believe that. I think they're
Well,
just trying to make sure that they can
sell their
patent
game.
whatever they can to
Hmm.
keep theirs, just like everybody else. Um, let's yeah, these are complicated patents.
Someone summarized one of them as the way that Link falls off of a rock.
Yeah, so there's a patent. I'm gonna read this and see how long it takes for y'all to throw up. Uh,
Oh boy.
The movement of movable dynamic objects placed in the virtual space is controlled by physics calculations, and the movement of the player's character is controlled by user input. When the player's character and a dynamic object come into contact in the downward direction relative to the character, in other
This is the
words,
moving
That's
when
the
object
falling
patent.
when
one.
the character is on top of an object, the movement of the dynamic object is added to the movement of the player's character. So basically, they patented the idea that if you as Link make contact with an object that is moving, your character will be given the physics or given the velocity of the object without you having to input anything. So like if Link paraglided down onto a car that was already in motion, he would instantly start moving along with the car, even though he didn't make any push to move forward with the car. Um, and I can't believe that concept is patentable. But there you go.
There
Um,
you go. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's whack.
yeah, really.
Um, but I mean, that's not. I I guess it's more confusing that it didn't already exist in some capacity, since you can kind of do that in Breath of the Wild, you know?
Mm-hmm. Um, on to the next one. So, have you guys kept up with Baldur's Gate 3 at all?
Not really.
So Baldur's Gate 3 is doing incredibly well.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, I have kept up with that aspect of it.
very positive reviews on Steam. Actually, it is currently 1 point higher on Metacritic than Tears of the Kingdom. To be fair, Tears of the Kingdom has like 5 times as many critic reviews as Baldur's Gate does, so I guess
That
it's
the
kind of
ratios it
it's kind
out.
of a wash. Anyway, it's 1 point. It's a wash. But the user score is a full point higher than Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom has an 8.2 user score, and Baldur's Gate 3 has 9.2.
Oh
Um,
wow.
with not all that different. Tears of the Kingdom has just under 9,000 user ratings, and Baldur's Gate has just under 7,000 ratings. So they both have a large number of reviews. Um, so it is kind of. I think like we're gonna have quite an interesting game of the year vote. I think
It doesn't. I
this is
mean,
probably gonna be like the big hitter, Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate 3. Usually, like
is
every
there
game of the year,
something?
there's like a one of
Well,
one.
there's isn't it a lot of times whatever the most recent gigantic game that came out,
Um,
like, or at least that
more or
usually sweeps a
less,
lot of categories.
they win. Usually, the most recent big hit game will win a lot of the smaller awards, but game of the year doesn't really follow that pattern. I don't think.
That's true. Bayonetta was up for game of the year one year. It should have won.
It was the
It would have been
second
funny.
one.
It would have been funny. It should have won.
So yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting vote, but that's still
So
like 4 months away.
I finished looking into what the patents are.
Hmm.
It just took me a minute. Most of them are just like physics things. Like how they calculated physics is unique, and they patented them like last year, and the patents are now just being
Public.
made public. Yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't even gotten to it yet, but I've seen a video. They the you guys saw from The Last of Us 2 where they were wrapping up the rope and it wasn't getting tangled. Nintendo has that same sort of uh uh functionality, physics functionality in Tears of the Kingdom on significantly weaker hardware.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just thought of that because we're talking about all the physics stuff.
Mayo, if you listen to this podcast, I need you to explain to me why you have 50 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, which I've like never heard you talk about, and literally you haven't even bought Tears of the Kingdom yet.
Howard.
No judgment. I just need some reasoning. This man loves Zelda and has never talked about Baldur's Gate 3. What am I missing here? Did your Switch explode? No. You play Pokemon Violet. Mayo, I'm gonna have a talk with that guy.
Grant's like writing a message now. I'm good. I need to talk to Mayo. It won't be a long talk, but it will be one.
Tom.
Talk to me while I take your skin. Up next. Do you guys remember? It was probably a long time ago that we talked about this. That China put video game playtime restrictions, like the government
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was
so
definitely
studies have
after
started
the
to
show
come out
podcast.
about that, and it shows to be extremely ineffective at actually getting people to stop playing. Uh, like kind of nothing, not a whole lot's really changed.
Amazing. Not unexpected either.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
funny.
the
Ban.
university, a research group led by the University of York, examined more than 7 billion hours of gaming activity from a vast array of games. Um, this data was sourced from over 2 billion user accounts in China, a country that has enforced legal playtime limits for youth since 2019. The research team, however, did not find any evidence of a decrease in heavy play of games after these restrictions were put in place. Um, so
They're just literally like, no.
yeah, I'm not really sure how you enforce that law.
Without the parents like routing out their own children.
Yeah, like I guess I mean
And wouldn't they get in trouble because they're not controlling their children?
I don't know. I really
Who gets punished if they don't adhere to this?
everybody. It's China. I don't know. It's not good. It's probably a lot more than should be. I don't know. But yeah, so that is really I'm just fascinated because like it's China. Like you don't normally get away with doing things like that going against
True.
government, but like apparently this time, yeah.
I mean, these are the people who hack most of the time on online games. They're just like, ignore. I'm gonna be.
Ignore, I need my money.
Yeah. So well I did have this later, but I guess I'll bring it up now. So Red Dead Redemption's coming to Switch. It includes the Undead Nightmare expansion and all that stuff.
That doesn't make it worth $50.
Yeah, it's not a remaster, it's not a remake, it's literally just a port of that game, and it's $50, which is bullshit. If in case you didn't know. And apparently, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive says that Red Dead Redemption's pricing of the port is commercially accurate.
They're probably right, but it doesn't make it any less.
No, they're not. No.
Are you telling me people aren't gonna buy this? Because they are,
People
and that's
will.
where
The
his
thing
comment
is,
comes from being correct. But
it's
like,
not okay. But okay, think about this. Think about this. People also bought Mario and Rabbids, and then not even a full month later, it was half off. Like the Sparks of Hope,
Yeah. I mean, like,
and that had Mario in it.
look, the
they're
only way
they know that some people will buy it at 50, so they're gonna
And
put it
that's
out
all
at
they have to
50, and
justify
then
it.
I'm sure
It'll drop
within
down to 30.
yeah, it'll be 30. 30 seems right.
for a port that you put the DLC in, yes, 30 is about the correct price.
Yeah, like
But people are gonna buy it at 50, and the only way for companies to not put it at 50 would be for
Everyone
people
to
not
buy
to
it at
buy it,
50.
yeah. But some people are gonna be
Because
like,
like
but it's Red Dead Redemption.
yeah, they can sell it for 50 because people are like, "Oh, I could play Red Dead Redemption on the toilet." And like I get it, but
but also
also wait.
just wait a month and you'll be able to play it on the toilet cheaper.
So he's technically right, but we all hate it here.
Yeah, we all hate it here.
um I mean, I also get his comment because Nintendo is selling Pikmin and Pikmin 2 on the Switch as barely redone ports
For what?
for 50. But that's
So
two
they're
games.
selling 2 games.
Two games.
Yeah, like
And people weren't happy about Pikmin's price.
and aren't the games $30 individually?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're 30 individually.
Yeah, so my point exactly. $30 is about right. But I mean like I don't know.
I don't know.
30
I'm still
bucks for
waiting
a
for that to
port
come
that
out.
you barely touch up is the correct price. Like 20 to 30. It depends on how.
I mean,
50 is
two got some stuff redone because they had to finally get rid of all of the licensed products.
Yeah, but that's not
a good argument.
yeah.
No. Hey, we changed these 30 textures.
Yeah, some of that cool stuff that was in there is gone now.
You're all welcome.
And last but not least, before we get into Collector's Corner, review codes for Starfield are going out later this week. So we are getting close on the Starfield. I can't believe they sent the Starfield controller came out like over a month ago. And review codes are just now
Whoops.
dropping.
Insane.
I almost pre-ordered the Spider-Man 2 controller and covers, but they are such a ripoff. I did not. I held off.
I tried to get the covers. I've got the controller pre-ordered. I'm mad.
I
I was in the time to get the cover, and it sold out like immediately.
Yeah,
I also have the cover or the game or which
Yeah.
the controller. I have
wow,
the
you
controller
listed everything
pre-ordered.
but the one thing. I actually have the cover, the game. I didn't buy anything.
I don't actually think I have the game pre-ordered right now. I think Alex has it pre-ordered.
Not yet.
Yeah, I bought the
Oh.
first. I bought these blue plates like when they first started making the custom plate thing. But I looked at it again now in my wise old age of 1 year later, and was like $50 for fucking stamped plastic.
That I don't even really see because it's in a display.
Hey, mine's standing up straight on the table.
You would
Yours
actually
is in
see
a
yours.
display.
I would not see mine.
Yeah, like I got the blue ones and I'm kind of stuck with them, but I can't. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
can't do that.
I am having this like, and I mean, I can't really say anything because hello, what is this? My 7th Switch Pro.
This is my shelf of shame down here that I'm just building up controller
Dude,
boxes.
that's what I actually need to do. Like, is
Look at your mistakes.
redo my Well, yes, but like I need to redo my room so that it's behind me, and then I can start doing stupid videos. But you can actually see my stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I'm like, do I need to spend $80 on a controller for a console that I only sometimes play when I have a perfectly good controller?
No, but if they're
I
Joy-Con, your answer is a yes.
no, yes, correct.
I keep looking at those pastel ones, and I'm just like, no, I'm done. I'm so done. These stupid
I'm
Joy-Con.
so done.
I hate using them. I have like a set of yellow ones that are like the ones I care the
Yeah,
least
from
about. So those are the ones I use most of the time because I don't care if those break because I know they're gonna break. I'm so afraid to use Joy-Con now because I know they're all gonna break. Uh, anyway, with that under
Yeah, I have 2 special edition sets of Joy Cons, and that's it. And it's like,
these other ones sit on my desk and they stay on my desk. They're in a grip. I don't know why. I don't use them. They stay there and look pretty and don't get used, so they don't break, which is
yeah,
stupid.
I'm just like, That's why I'm still like, I should have bought the Fortnite ones.
No, you shouldn't have.
I should not have.
You should not have. Um. Okay, so with that on the Collector's Corner, the weekly segment we go around and talk about what games you've been playing and what games you've been buying and all that good stuff. Alex, why don't you start us off?
okay, I played Tomb Raider from 2013, at least for a while. I played something else.
Never heard of that.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh,
Wow,
I played.
that's what you gotta call the game is something else, and then everyone will be like, oh, but that's an actual game.
Well, like I played Life is Strange for a bit, but not very long. And then the other thing the card is weird. The thing I played most was I played a lot of Mass Effect.
Oh, really? You're definitely on the obscure side today or this week.
Yeah,
All
Especially
right.
for
I don't know.
Alex,
Last
that's
week
not
was
usually in his repertoire.
Yeah, I know,
Hey,
right?
I've
On the
played
spot.
Mass Effect before, like several months ago.
Does that count?
Every once
Yeah.
in a well, cause
Yes,
like
it
I'm
took me a
just
year to beat Metroid Dread, so I can't judge when it takes a long time to go
I
back
still
to a
haven't
game.
started it.
every once in a while
What?
yeah, he
Metroid
won't
Dread?
play
Had
it
it.
even. Yeah, he won't play
I
it
have
for some
not
reason.
Hold on, what the hell? Cameron, what is wrong with you? That game was incredible.
a lot. I know it's incredible. I
Then
just
play the
haven't found the
damn
time to play it.
Haven't
By
found
the
the
time
time.
he, by the time he plays it, Super or Zero Mission will get brought to NSO, and Samus Returns will be ported, so he'll be able to play all 5 at their best versions, all on the Switch.
He's gonna get
I'll
to
play the whole
he'll
series.
start from the beginning, and by the time he gets to Super Metroid, he's gonna throw up and start going blind.
Well, like I feel fusion's important to Dread. Like that's the
Yeah,
most important one.
yeah, true. But honestly,
Don't tell him.
just fucking
Don't
play Dread.
just play Dread.
Just play Dread.
Just play Dread.
I don't want to hear anything else that's gonna upset me about what you haven't played in Metroid. I just play Dread.
He hasn't played any but Prime, the first Prime one.
That's true.
Yo, I did play Metroid Prime this week though.
Oh well, speaking of, good. The remaster,
I think it was pretty. Yeah,
nice.
my week was a lot of work, so I'm trying to remember what I played last week, and I did play that for quite a while as well.
You ever just live for a week and then not remember any of the week?
That's
Yes.
me on the longer weeks, but like the money's
This-
nice. But
This is why I have to write down what I do at work. Otherwise, I won't have anything for the sprint meetings.
what did you
They'll be
do?
like, "What did you do?" I'll be like,
Well, I pulled in the parking lot, and then I broke out in a fit of rage and blacked out for 9 hours, and then I got back in the car.
And then I went home.
And
Yo, me at work.
all of
Okay.
a sudden, I was opening my car door.
I
It's
black
like,
out when I
okay,
get home from work.
I
It's like
got
midnight.
Yeah.
I got home 3 a.m. What the hell? Where did the other 3 hours go?
I got out of my car, and then everything's a blur.
Yeah. That's how most of my days go. I walk in the office and I go, for 9 hours, and then all of a sudden I'm outside with my keys in my hand. I'm like, what just happened to me?
What did I do
that
for
was
9
actually me
hours?
last week.
Why am I so
That was
angry and
act-
sweaty?
we when I had to go to the lab last week, I sat there, and then I'm suddenly like, oh look, it's already 2 p.m. I'm going to go home and not deal with the traffic.
All right, Cameron, what do you got?
So I went to the Lego store and I got Sorcerer Mickey.
Sicky.
Because I guess they had just like done a restock of the Disney 100 minifigs, so I was able to grab that and felt the bag because I'm not gonna spend $5 on a blind bag when I only want the one character at this point. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. There's a poll in this bag. So,
What
checked
are you
online.
gonna do about the box, though?
Unrelated to the podcast, I did find out that the Lego Marvel sets supposedly have numbers that are associated with each character. I don't know if it's true, but
What does
if
that
it
mean?
is, great. So on the bottom where the barcode is, there's also like an associated like ID, I guess, and certain figures are within like a range of numbers. So if they have an ID within that range, then they're that character. Like
Are they like mystery grab
Wolverine.
bags or something?
So
Yeah, they're
that's how.
mystery. Okay, you know how the Lego Mario blind boxes are?
Yeah, it's like one of the. It's a
Yeah,
blind. Yeah, the blind
they're
box,
doing
the mystery
those.
bag, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're doing those for like the Lego Marvel characters that are coming out. I think at the end of the month.
So this is what
Um,
it's been for 10 years, is blind bags, which means people have played with Legos their whole life. Can tell the pieces.
Yeah, they can feel them. So I guess they did
Yeah.
boxes so you couldn't feel the pieces.
So
yeah,
yeah, now they're gonna do it like this.
Dude,
Or
you
at least
should
they're
go
trying.
to a random Best Buy when those things came
and
out
just
and ask
open all
a
of them.
minimum wage high school employee if they have any blind box Lego things with the ID of blank or whatever. I just like anything and watch them explode mentally.
They'll be like, "Why is this man child asking me questions?"
See, here's the
I think
back of
this
the
monkey
box.
is trying to talk to me, but I can't understand what he's saying. Something about numbers on a box. Interesting.
Yeah, and then on the bottom is numbers. So yeah, found out that so game wise though, I played Splatoon because Splatfest was this weekend. Alex, you forgot to mention the Splatfest.
Oh yeah, we did do the Splatfest.
So did that.
I
I
did
played
not.
some Zelda. No, you were out of state. Very
was
very sad.
I was suffering.
They,
We
I barely
lost.
got out
we
alive.
lost.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys lost. I
Yeah,
didn't
we
do
lost.
anything. I got to go
You
to
just
Ohio, so really I lost more than you guys lost.
True.
Very sad. Very sad. Grant went to Ohio. So
I
let's see
was
what.
the real
I
loser
played
this
Mario Kart
week.
Wii. I played Mario Kart Wii. And then I realized that Chelsea's Wii doesn't have Mario Galaxy. So Alex found me the data online so that I don't have to beat all of
It's
150cc or
no, it's
Mirror, whatever
Mira
it is.
with 1 star on
1 star
everyone.
each. Yeah.
I looked it up.
Unlike Rosalina.
Incredible.
I can't even get 1 star consistently on 50cc. I'm not gonna be able to pull it off in Mirror. Especially when I don't own a Wii Wheel down here. So
All right.
yeah. Um don't think they've played anything else. Because it's been so hot, you know. So we just haven't really done anything. Chelsea and I went to Epcot on Friday, somewhere in there, after it cooled off a little bit. Watched the fireworks. I created a new YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Stormwind Adventures. You can find it linked underneath my channel page, and I'll probably add it to the description of the podcast videos.
Shameless plug. Hashtag. All right.
Hey, that's the whole point.
uh, okay, so I went to that game store in Cleveland I told you guys about. That place seriously was a
Yeah.
ripoff from another place. It's called The Exchange in Cleveland. So be forewarned. And also, if anyone that works there hears this, I know
Lower your prices.
I know I was nice in person, but you guys really are kind of ripping a lot of people off. So be forewarned. It is quite expensive. And I'm like, I think I said this in the chat. Like, I'm generally okay with paying like $5 to $10 more sometimes in store just for the fact that I can see everything in person and I can check it out myself. I can usually test it in the store. Like, there's no real fooling around. And also, like, they're small storefront businesses, so things generally have to be a little more expensive than online. Like, that's just understandable. It's kind of how it works. But this stuff was like kind of ridiculous. They had a copy of Kirby 64 for like $50 or $60, and that game price charting is $30. So I would have paid like $40 maybe, I think, if it was in really good condition. But like, you guys are crazy. The only thing I did find that was actually a good price was a copy of Pokemon Y. I did get it with all the inserts and stuff in it, so good there. Even the little Nintendo code voucher.
Nice.
They were pretty sneaky. They had a lot of 3DS games in there that were pretty good price that I was going to get, but I wanted to look at. They're all stacked horizontally like this, so I wanted to look at them. And all the ones I pulled out except for Pokemon Y were that thing that I don't know why it is like. So if you guys look up like name any Pokemon or any 3DS game on like eBay or something, you'll find a lot of new copies that are genuine copies, but they are from the United Arab Emirates, like Saudi Arabia, like the games from that region. And the only real difference you can tell by looking on the box is that there's going to be a little stamp in the bottom right that's like a multicolored circle that will say like UAE, Saudi Arabia kind of thing. It's weird. It has like English is the main mode, so it's fine. The game will play. It's a legitimate copy, but like it's from the UAE, and I don't understand why there's like there has to be like such big influx or something. And the game store had all of those except for this is the only like actual North American copy of the stuff I wanted anyway.
Isn't there a Nintendo store in Tel Aviv or something?
Maybe.
That maybe that's why.
But
because that opened towards the end of the 3DS's life.
I don't know.
That sounds right.
I really have no clue. All I know is that
I don't keep up with enough of the international stuff.
If you look up a 3DS game and you're like, "Wow, this is a really good price," check to make sure that it doesn't have that UAE thing on it, because that's most of the time when they're priced really well, it's because they're from the UAE. And if that doesn't bother you, then screw it. It's a legitimate copy. Um, but yeah, so they were pretty sneaky with that, but I noticed. So I did get that, and then also last night, my buddy Aaron up here surprised me with a Hot Wheel of the
Hey
Super Mario Brothers
yo,
van. I didn't even know they made
nice.
this.
That is cool.
Yeah, he just like surprised, like I
I
got you something. It was
I know
weird.
they had like a was it the Playmobil or whatever version because they were selling it right outside of the Cinemark at Universal. Um, but
Oh,
that
this
I
is
would
actually
actually
a
probably
Hot Wheel
buy.
Premium, huh? These are relatively rare, from what I understand, and by rare I mean extremely scalped. The
Yep,
scalpers of Hot Wheels blow my mind, and I collect
dude,
video
they
games.
they will
Like,
sit there. They
yeah,
will sit there and just wait
um,
until the Target or wherever employee brings out the stock and then rifle through it until they get all the rare ones.
yeah, just buy them all.
But it's Hot Wheels.
Well,
Like
people will buy them online. My actually, like the guy that got me this, and Jacob, he's been on the show before. They used to go like all the time to around the area just to look for Hot Wheels, kind of like we would do with the Amiibo back in the day. Um, and like they just always, almost always be completely out and scalped. But they found some. I didn't even know this was a premium until like just now. So yeah, that was really nice. Um, I dig. It sits next to my Luigi Mario Kart Hot Wheel now. Um, in terms of what I played, so obviously not very much. Last week was very busy at work. We had a customer visit and everything, so I had to be all prim and proper and deal with that. People were in town, had to go to dinners and stuff. And then I was traveling a lot, so essentially the only real time I was playing was when I was on the plane. Um, but I did play a lot of Pikmin 4. I played one day of Stardew Valley. I pre-downloaded Vampire Survivors. That comes out this Friday on Switch. I'm super excited for that. I can't remember the last time I gave this much of a crap about an indie game. Um, Probably Stardew Valley. So I'm very excited for that. Um, let's see. I played some Baba Is You and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I actually booted up sooner than a month. I played one cup and I did get all first places on the one I was playing, and then I got halfway through the second one and got sick of it again and quit. So progress, I guess. Um, and I did start back playing Resident Evil 4 today. Now that I've got Tears of the Kingdom off of my, or I'm on my Zelda break. I'm gonna go back and finish up Resident Evil 4. It also reminded me that I want to get copies of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2 for PS4 so I can get the upgrades, because those are the two Resident Evil games I have on Xbox, and I really would rather just have them all on PlayStation for the PS5 upgrades. So I got to look for those. I think that's about it. So with that, on to Faye. Fast Faye, what do we got?
Choose Your Legends comes out as of this recording being posted today, I think. Alex, is it today or tomorrow? The 16th or
I
17th.
actually not sure. It should be this week though.
It'll be by the 17th. Um, so Corin and Robin and Soren and
Golden
Golodeg.
Egg.
Um, oh, and Cyril is the Grand Hero battle, because of course he is, because he's not ever going to be able to get to be a Choose Your Legend. Seven. There are 7 years of these now. Or six. What year are we on?
We just completed year 7.
Yeah.
That is insane. I was looking for footage for video I'm working on, and I saw the Fire Emblem Direct where this was announced. I'm just like, damn, I can't believe it's been that long.
You ever just live 7 years and then forget 7 years?
Yes, all the time.
All right, on to the tidbits. Microsoft reduced the Game Pass trial down to 14 days. So now you pay $1, you only get 14 days. On one hand, kind of makes sense. Everybody kind of understands what Game Pass is now. You don't really need a trial of it, but also it's Microsoft, and I'll take any chance I get to slander Microsoft. So Microsoft sucks.
That's right. We need a new Slender post, and it's Microsoft.
we're a slander pilled podcast.
We had Stadia, and Stadia is gone.
And I mean,
And Microsoft's perfect to
making
slander.
fun of something like Amazon Luna is just they never announce anything. So there's nothing to make
Yeah,
fun
Amazon
of.
doesn't say stuff. Microsoft says things. Microsoft does things that are
Stadia
fun.
said things. Microsoft.
Yeah,
So
they,
says
Microsoft
things.
also says
If
stupid
Luna,
things.
if Amazon starts talking about Luna again, we will go after them mostly if it's stupid. But they're pretty quiet most of the time, so it doesn't make it fun. They're that quiet kid in the class.
Oh, I just this is off topic. I just realized I forgot
did
one
you
of the
just
games I played.
equate Luna to a school shooter?
I mean, it
Yes.
is Amazon, so you know.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's Amazon. What's the
It's
correlation?
Amazon. You don't think if Amazon could
Look,
make
again,
money
I
off
love
of
slander and
uh,
corporation, so like I'm all for the joke, but
if
why?
if Amazon could make money shooting people, they would.
True. Yeah, if Amazon could profiteer off of school shootings, I'm sure they would. Where were we?
So to bring us back into gaming a little bit, I forgot that I played Smash Bros for 3DS this week.
What?
And by played, I mean I put Amiibo on it.
Nice.
Oh, okay. It's like, why would
Played
you?
Smash
Never mind.
3DS.
Um, Xbox introduces a new enforcement strike system, which is basically like you get up to 8 strikes. The amount of strikes you get determines the amount of time that you are banned. Strikes disseminate over time, so like they stack, but they will expire too.
Ah, it's what I've always wanted. A work point system, but for gaming.
Yeah, so if you get a strike on you, it goes away. I think within like 3 months or something. Um, but if you manage to get 8 strikes concurrently, you get banned for a year. So the bans can
Amazing.
go longer than the time the strikes expire, and like even regardless, you'll still have to withhold any ban you're assigned, even after you lose your strikes because of time passing. So yeah, they said less than 1% of Xbox players got reported, or not reported, but like actually banned for any period of time, and less than a third of that 1% were repeat offenders. But I don't know. I don't really know
I
why
feel
they're
like
doing
that's
it,
just
but
trying to make their stuff sound good then. Like, hey, we're going oh, you know what it actually is? I think they just have to because they know that they're trying to get in on Nintendo's market share of children.
yeah,
So they
and
have to be able
also
to be like, hey
Xbox
parents.
Xbox chats are the one that are notorious for people saying that thing, saying that word
And
that's
also that
that
thing.
yeah, like those words
And
that
the
aren't
other
very
thing,
friendly.
there, lots of not friendly words that children
Look,
should not be
no,
learning.
I saw a meme recently, and I thought it was pretty good.
Alex, you're
It
treading on a
was
very thin line here. A meme about what?
the guy said he was watching his kid play, and the other person online called his kid gay, and his kid responded, "I'm straighter than the pole your mom danced on last night."
You raised him well.
But yeah, exactly. And the chat where you get that is Xbox. Xbox is like, no, we're child friendly. What game is child friendly on
By child,
Xbox? Please tell
by
me.
child friendly,
Unraveled.
we mean infected with racial slurs.
Unraveled was
Nobody's
Xbox
gonna
exclusive for
report
a
to
hot minute,
like
right?
Say
all
what?
they just told me is 1% of their people will report you, but
No, it's
everybody
not.
else
It's
is
not.
like,
It's not reported people. It's people that got 1% of people get banned.
For being reported.
Yeah, and then a third of those people that get banned will get banned again, on average. But still, what's 1% of 15 million? I don't know, whatever tiny number of Xboxes there are. What,
Couple
150,000,
thousand.
right? And then a third of that, so 150,000 people on average each year will get banned from Xbox chats for various things, and 50,000 of those people.
That's why they said 1% instead
Well,
of, an actual number.
yeah.
Because most people aren't going to do any sort of basic math.
I mean, me neither. That's the most math I've done in a long time.
I hate math.
Facts.
I hate math. I say having a degree and a job in a math-based field.
Well, it's not talking about the math that we do day to day. It's the basic math. Basic math sucks, but
Well,
binary's
all
awesome.
math sucks.
I
I don't even remember the last time I actually did math.
do
I
math
think
a
about
lot
it,
of
at
work,
least
but it's
work-wise.
mostly in binary and hexadecimal. But then I'm so good, dude. My laptop has a dedicated calculator button. That thing is clutch. I use that every day. More laptops need that. Anyway, what were we talking about? Video games? Netflix begins beta testing for game streaming. I think only right now it's going to be in the Canada and the UK, but they do start like within a week or so, I think, or maybe they already started.
they've got a couple
Well,
games.
based on how fast they implemented the password sharing thing, they're probably gonna if this will actually make them money, they're gonna implement it as fast as possible. At least to the US.
Okay, let's rephrase that. They have, I know of 2 games they have, and I've liked one of them, and one's the sequel to that. I don't know what else they've got besides phone games.
Hey, you want to play Angry Birds, but like in a shit way?
You want to play
All
Breakout,
right,
but with your uh remote your
yeah,
TV remote?
Yeah, do you want
no,
to do
like
you want to play Angry Birds with a TV remote?
Do you want to
I
play
want to,
anything with the TV remote?
I want to play. So I've played a licensed game.
Like
They did,
Kahoot with a
but you
TV
can't buy
remote?
it anymore, which is Stranger Things 3. I
Okay.
played that with Cooper, and it was pretty good. There's a lot of good jokes in it. Um, I played the game they released recently that they're gonna make a show on because the game, I don't know, did well, which was Oxenfree. I haven't beaten it, but I was liking it because it has choices, and that's what can sell me on games a lot of time.
It
Just
just
let me
has
make
choices.
choices. Yeah, choices
Especially if
that
those
change
choices
the
actually
ending.
matter.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'll play adventure and action and puzzle games all the time, but every once in a while, I just want to make stupid choices. And there's not a lot of games that let you, so that's why I played it. And then that game got a sequel. That's it though, and you can't even buy Stranger Things 3. So I know those 3 games. So unless they redo their license for with Stranger Things to put with the company that made the game, so they can throw that up on their store, what are you gonna sell? And the 2 of those 3, I would not want to play them without a controller. Here's a remote. That sounds miserable, honestly.
Yeah. But also it should also function on a lot of streaming devices that can use controllers. I'm gonna buy a
True.
PS5 and put Netflix on it so I can stream Angry Birds.
Oh boy.
Um. So
Okay,
yeah, we'll see
apparently
how that goes. Um,
They made Spiritfarer.
who?
Huh.
No, I don't think so. I think they've just got a version on their. Okay, they did not. They've just got a version on their. So their phone one has a thing that lets you play games already,
Hmm.
and Spiritfarer has a version on there, but they didn't make it. I was really confused.
So the initial beta test, these devices are going to be used. Amazon Fire TV stuff, Chromecast with Google TV, all LG TVs, Nvidia Shield
Yeah.
TV, Roku devices and TVs, Samsung Smart TVs, and Walmart On TVs, which is weird.
Walmart on what?
That's their brand is ONN on. Um. So yeah. Moving on. Yoshida, we've talked about him all the time the past several weeks. Producer of Final Fantasy 16 was found in the interview, had another interview recently, and said that he wishes there was only one game platform because it would be easier for developers and also better for gamers. And that statement really in itself isn't really all that new or groundbreaking, but I thought it was pretty interesting to mention because, like, yeah, if you only
I
have one
agree.
platform, then it's going to be easier to develop for. But also,
Yeah,
like,
you can see that with Nintendo and Sony's first
Where's the
parties.
innovation gonna be though?
yeah, that doesn't really
Exactly.
drive like cool new games. Other than like
That
it won't sell
drives.
unless you make good new games.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
that's
like,
not the
it'd be good
same
for
thing.
consumers. Yes, because they'd only have to buy one platform, but I don't think in that hypothetical we would get like Tears of the Kingdom. Because what would drive them to make
Yeah.
that game?
Oh no, it's like one of those like utopian ideas that like is a great idea. It's just kind of hard to do that practically and keep like what we enjoy out of. I don't know. You can't have your cake and eat it too, kind
Competition.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Batman Arkham Trilogy got a Switch release date of October 13th. So just under 2 months.
That is a terrible release date.
It's a really bad release date.
So Friday the 13th.
No,
Yeah,
like
but
not
also
even
it
for Friday
is
the 13th. You've got
it is 1 week
a
before
2D
Spider-Man and
you
Mario Wonder release.
and I think Sonic is releasing that same week.
Yeah,
Like
October's
that's
dude. People, game
October's
companies
stacked.
loved releasing games in October and November.
That's
They
because
could
it's
have
really, really
released
easy
Arkham.
to have it be, oh, I'm out for Black Friday. Although Black Friday starts in like October, at least, it feels like now.
I don't
If
know.
not, sometimes it's in July. So like
Oh yeah, no, we like
it's not
Black
as
Friday so much that Amazon started a second one. Like we just call it Prime Day, but it's just a second. Well, now really, there's a sale. I feel like the word sale doesn't even matter. I get a notification from my Best Buy app every other freaking day. It feels like about a sale of something.
So
uh
you'll know why they're
yeah, like this
releasing
week
the
they're
Arkham
doing
trilogy again, right?
Why?
money.
Gotham Knights bombed and Suicide Squad got delayed again. So they're like, we'll just go back to the trilogy. I love the trilogy. I'm just not interested in another port of it.
I'm
But I've
interested
played
when
them, so maybe that's why I don't care.
I'll be interested when it goes down to like $30 or something. That's like how I am with a
Which
lot
is
of
why
these
they're
games
releasing
that are
it
like just
when it's
straight
going to be
ports.
beat.
Yeah, like
I'd
because
actually slightly be more interested if they ported the one that's stuck on generation, Arkham Origins.
oh yeah.
Like it's stuck in the PS3 and Wii U. Yeah, the Wii U got it and the PS3 got it, and that's where it's stayed. But it hasn't been brought forward.
Hmm. Um.
Interesting.
So yeah. October's gonna be busy. Um,
Yeah.
Pikmin 4 was the number
Yeah.
one game selling in Japan for 3 straight weeks now. At just under 80 or 79,000 units. And just under 600,000 units total since launch in Japan. Um, so yeah, it's hot. 3 straight weeks above. Tears of the Kingdom is over 1.8 million units in Japan. That's pretty crazy.
Let's go.
Um, I'm trying to see. So I can't tell. I don't think this is a Nintendo specific list. Um, and also those. I think that's just physical copies of Pikmin 4 in Japan. But the top 10
Nice.
software sales in Japan this week was all Nintendo Switch stuff, which I
Hmm.
believe is not a Nintendo specific list, which is crazy. Anyway, so yeah, Pikmin's still going. Um, a lost undiscovered Mario Menko has been found from 1985. What is a Menko?
Give me one
A
second, and I will.
Japanese card game played by 2 or more players. It is also the name of the type of cards used to play this game. Each player uses
Yeah.
Menko cards made from thick paper or cardboard printed on one or both sides with images from anime, manga, and other works.
So there's the picture of all the cards.
Oh, that's cool. That would kind of be fun to learn and play, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta move things around. I keep disorienting myself. Okay. Um, it it costs $100 to unlock all of Street Fighter 6's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content.
That's
Jesus
insane.
Christ. Individual outfits cost up to $15. Is this Apex Legends?
Yes. And don't forget, you had to pay to play this game, unlike Apex.
Yeah, this game you had to buy. Wow. Let's see. Wow. There's the strike thing. Marvel Spider-Man 2 lets you slow down combat to 30% speed. That sounds nauseating, but also like good for accessibility, I guess. It'll be interesting to see how that works.
They
When does you said Spider-Man 2 comes out October 20th?
Yeah.
same day as Mario.
Okay. See, when you say Mario, you mean Wonder. When I think of Mario coming out, I keep thinking of the RPG remake because that's the one that
No, that's
really matters here.
November.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately. Already get that. Xbox backwards
Yeah,
compatibility
17.
sends old Call of Duty games back into the top 5. I actually watched some
Because Call of Duty fans are like, it's better than what we play now.
facts. Oh, probably just mostly because of nostalgia. Call of Duty Black Ops is the best-selling Call of Duty game that was ever made.
That's true.
So there's the fact that the servers went back online. I actually watched some interesting YouTube videos recently explaining the lore of like all the old zombies maps. It was pretty fascinating. Oh, it wasn't even the top 5 like most played games. It was top 5 best sellers. People were
Huh.
buying. digital copies of Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2. Um, yeah, wow. Number 4 was Black Ops 2. Number 5 was Modern Warfare 2.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's impressive. Um, Lollipop Chainsaw remake of Lollipop Chainsaw Repop was delayed to summer of next year. Oh no, isn't that the horny Chainsaw Girl game?
Yeah.
Didn't that already get a delay?
Yeah.
We've talked about that on
The
the show
look,
before.
the butts on these women require a lot of polygons, Cameron. I don't think you understand.
I mean, you could probably get them rounder without extra polygons.
How's that? How so?
No,
I
Cameron,
don't know.
I disagree massively on this because of 2V.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, this game is really horny.
This is
Oh
the game
my.
that James Gunn worked on the script for.
What does that mean? Is James Gunn a horny man?
Means
I
everyone
mean,
that's played that or touched it is a horny man
yes.
or a lesbian.
I just googled lollipop chainsaw on Google Images, and I'm oh, good
You
God.
are
All right, closing that tab.
is Grant is
Uh,
scarred for life.
um, okay, old but still interesting tidbit. Um, so this is from Digino Gaming's new episode of N64 Facts. Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium actually don't share the same models because they wanted Pokemon Snap to have like big hordes of Pokemon, and the N64 is a little baby boy and can't handle all of that, so they had to lower the polygon count in the Pokemon models by a lot, so that way they could have a lot of them on screen.
To be fair, understandable.
Yeah, it makes sense. And
But
also
what
makes
does
sense now
share?
why the GameCube Super Mario 128, like why that was so, like something they were so proud of that demo, just because they're like, oh man, look, now we can have a lot of polygons on screen.
True.
It's fun to put
I
some
think
context on that.
Poke Floats and Melee shared models with Stadium. Stadium 2.
I think up to Battle Revolution uses models from like Stadium.
Hmm.
Why they, kind of just keep doing that? I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. But there you go. All right, rumor roundup. So I couldn't let the rumors go without more Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Apparently, this price point of the Switch 2 is $400. So they say.
Hmm.
Yeah. Great.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I can't say I would guess that much. Because now you have to make the argument of this is the same price as a PS5 digital edition.
Yeah, I kind of see everything getting dropped $50.
At least.
Like, so this will be 350. The OLED will be 300. The Switch will be
250,
250, and the Switch Lite will be
150.
200. They might keep it at 200, or they might drop it to 150.
Oh fuck, dude! If the Switch Lite goes to $150, I might actually buy another one. That's so unhealthy.
The Switch Lite is the only one I don't know if it would get moved, but like in that hypothetical, I could see everything getting dropped like that, except maybe the Switch Lite.
Yeah,
It could get dropped though.
but also like what I was saying is like, so now if you pay $400 for a Switch 2, you're paying. Do I want the best graphics consoles can do right now, or do I want significantly lesser graphics for the trade-off of
for
portability?
portability.
Yeah. I think 400 is too much. Not that it might not be that. I don't know. 400 puts it in the same price range as the
PS5
Steam
digital.
Deck, right?
And let me see. I've got Steam up because I was looking at Baldur's Gate earlier. The base model Steam Deck is $400.
Oh, there ain't no way that it's gonna be 400 unless
I know
like
Nintendo will ignore the Steam Deck, but like,
unless it like has the power to match the Steam Deck. It's not. They're not gonna price it that high. There's
Yeah,
no way.
yeah, that seems like unless it's crazy, which it might be.
yeah.
Or maybe it'll
Nintendo
be
will
like that
obviously
theory where like the dock will make it will have additional hardware or upscalers or something in it to make it look nicer. I don't know.
Nintendo will obviously ignore the Steam Deck. We know this.
Yeah, but also
It
that's the
will
same
be,
price as a PS5.
but I just can't see it being 400. Like, come back to us in a year when it's released and tell us we were wrong and it's $400.
Well, we'll still be here. We'll
I
be talking about it.
I could totally see the future where Nintendo continues the methodology of make a profit on the hardware, whereas most other companies take it at a loss. Um, and they try to do
But
that, and then they kind of get blindsided by the fact that yeah, like now you're equating it to this hardware that's much more powerful, and it doesn't sell as well, and they kind of get like hit hard by that. I wouldn't be surprised. Um,
I mean,
but
that's kind of what happened with the Wii U, wasn't it? At least
3DS, I
partially.
think. The Wii U was a lot more. That was like a whole shitstorm. But the 3DS was really just like I think it was like what
It was
250 at launch, and
250 at launch.
PS4s were 300, right?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So
At that point, they were.
yeah. Um, but maybe they learn their lesson and won't do that. We'll see.
That doesn't
Um,
sound right.
this one is okay. So here's the stupid rumor. So the next Mario game. So not Mario Wonder or Mario RPG remake. The next Mario game, whichever one
Peach.
comes what after that, is to apparently going to be using Unreal Engine 4 and will be on Nintendo's next system. Which first off, what a rumor. There's
Why
going to
is
be
it?
a Mario game on Nintendo's next system.
Unreal 4. Unreal 5's been out forever, but sure, 4.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, why would it be Unreal 4?
Because it's
Unless they've
if
been working on
if it
it for
doesn't
a
have the
long time.
hardware to run Unreal Engine 5.
No, they've used Unreal 5 on the Switch, right?
Oh, have they? I don't know.
I could be
It
wrong.
can run. I think it's designed to be able to run on the Switch.
Hmm.
Whether or not Nintendo's actually utilized it is a different question.
I don't know. This feels more like if this one's real, then they've been sitting on the game. Like they already worked on it in Unreal 4, they finished it up, and now they've been sitting on it.
Yeah. But yeah. Metroid Prime 4 is apparently going to be a launch title for this
Yeah,
next
Of
see,
system.
course
I
it
could believe
would.
the Mario game's a launch title more than Metroid Prime 4.
You think so?
Yeah. Unless they kick it up on releasing 2 and 3.
True.
I just can't see people being like the general audience being like, Metroid Prime 4!
And that's what they
And even
attempted when they
then,
originally announced it. I think that was just to get people to buy the Switch. Of course, they also did
that was
not think
more
it was
for
going
the
to take this
hardcore,
long.
though, to be like,
Yeah,
hey, we are going back to supporting.
Do you think this might end up being like a maybe not exactly, but maybe like a close to Tears Breath of the Wild situation where like we were promised this game at the beginning of this console's life cycle, and then we are now approaching the end of this console's life cycle, and we still don't have it.
Maybe.
So
I
it'll be
mean,
put out
it's
on both. But maybe this is just the Nintendo Switch 2, and there's no real reason to put it out on both. Or maybe there
This
is. I don't know.
that's true.
You blur the lines a little bit with that ideology.
See, I want to know if this is supposed to be closer to a Switch Pro or if it's supposed to be closer to the PS5 can run all the PS4 games.
Yeah. I don't know. Nintendo, hurry up and fucking say something. I'm sick of this. We're all sick of this. I just want to know.
Yeah.
I can be trusted.
Like 3DS or DSi, please, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just need to know.
And a reoccurring character in this section, Special Nick. According to him, Microsoft is looking into an Xbox Series X digital, and there are also plans for other hardware in 2025. Didn't we already talk about this?
We
Maybe it was from
might have.
somebody else. I don't know. Xbox Series X digital. Honestly, yeah, sure. Xbox people don't buy Xbox discs. I have yet to meet somebody that owns an Xbox and buys physical Xbox games.
Wait, didn't they already do this with the with the Xbox SAD edition?
That was the first time, but that wasn't the flagship model. That was the One S.
Mm-hmm.
They made a all digital for that, but they didn't make an all
Yeah.
digital of the X. Well,
Mm.
cool. Crickets. Ooh, Xbox Series X digital.
Crowd goes mild.
I really want to give Microsoft another $500 for the same console with less features.
That's what Microsoft's asking for.
All we want is another $500 for the same damn thing, but actually less. And okay, so finishing topic recommended by Cameron about why there are so many licensed kids games today, like the uptick in that. I had an answer as soon as you asked this question before we started the show. I've been holding it in the whole time.
And now that, oh, okay, sick. I was like, what, you forgot it because we've been on the show for so long now?
No, I have the answer, and that is, one, video games are for sure played by a majority of man children like us that are incredibly susceptible to nostalgia. So it's really easy to put out all the kids games that all the people our age played as kids, and then
or new ones like Avatar.
Yeah. Also, kids are into gaming more than ever, so it makes sense to have more kids games now. And yeah, that's mainly my answer. Like, people will pay, people buy it.
People buy it.
That's probably a
I
cop
mean,
out answer, but
that's a solid answer. Yeah, no, I was like, it's just I've seen so many lately, you know, because Disney just did Illusion Island, and they've got Speedstorm Racers and Dreamlight Valley.
Companies
There's
realized they needed money maker, and they figure the next thing's video games.
Or the thing from 20 years ago where they were making money, still makes money.
Also, it's kind of easy to make it for one and put it on all of them right now. It's not like 20 years ago where it would be
Or even 15
six
years
different
ago.
versions.
yeah, and like you'd have to make a handheld version that was just a totally different game than the console versions.
Like you make it in Unreal and you're done, basically.
Yeah, really. And especially if it's a game that's already come out, like the SpongeBob game, Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Destroy All Humans, and a lot of like THQ games from back in the day.
Very, very simple to patch up.
And if I'm not mistaken, they tried a couple series. They like tried to make new games after they released the old one, and they saw it did well, and then it didn't really do well because there was no nostalgia for the new game.
Maybe.
Like I
Uh,
kind of feel like we're already past a lot of it, to be honest. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just playing dumb or blissfully ignorant because if I don't look, I don't spend.
true, true. If I don't see it,
I
I don't have to
do
spend money.
look, and I guess I see it, but like it's random things. Like I guess I've seen a lot of CE again.
CE.
Child entertainment. They are actually one rating below uh everyone.
Oh, the other very rare rating.
Yeah.
The opposite end.
Like
Yeah.
Paw Patrol released one because my roommate was playing it, and I saw Peppa Pig
Uh,
on PlayStation Plus.
that's true.
I saw a clip of somebody with a it was like an audio clip of Bog Burgers playing over it, and it was like a grown woman watching Bluey, that kids show,
Yeah.
uh, and the clip was like them going, "Oh my god, I think I just realized something. I had a horrible childhood." And the person that's with him was like, "Yeah, you did. I know you did." And they're like, "How do you know that?" And like, look at yourself. People that watch Bluey as an adult did not have a good childhood. And that made me think of
Damn.
like Paw Patrol game, like kids games that people buy. Like if you buy them actively, and like nostalgia is one thing, but like if you participate in Paw Patrol and you don't have a 3-year-old, then yeah, it's
What are
we
you doing?
we know what happened to you. People that watch Bluey didn't have a good childhood.
Got him.
Dang.
Um, eh, maybe not to get on that kind of like a tangent for too long, but I have noticed that like more and more grown ass people are just like into kids things. Like I say that as a guy that was like, "Oh, a Super Mario Brothers Hot Wheel." I get it. I'm not clean here. But
But I
like
kind of get
adults
that.
that are like into Peppa Pig and like Bluey or Paw Patrol or any of the other like these kids shows and like kid franchises, it's just kind of weird. Like I love
Look,
SpongeBob. I will forever love SpongeBob, but you know, I never watch SpongeBob anymore. Like maybe once every 2 years I'll watch a couple episodes. Me and Aaron watched some like 6 months ago and we were like, what is this garbage? And like
amazing.
it was funny because it was like such a fever dream. We just didn't know what was going on. But like I don't know. I probably won't watch SpongeBob for another couple years after that, and then again it'll just be like the, hey man, we should see what it's like again. Like just the occasional trip,
And it's
not
like,
the I'm up to
oh,
date
huh.
on new episodes.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like even like on YouTube wise, right? I understand if you figured out the algorithm enough to be able to be like, okay, I can post Paw Patrol and get the children's views, this way, and it doesn't interfere with my ability to get views or get money. Then yeah, I get that aspect of it. But I guarantee you, it's stupid stuff like the games, because Jethro Tex, right? One of his biggest videos was one of the Dora games. So, like I get that aspect of it, but when it's just like, you know, if they're expecting like full grown adults to buy these games for themselves, I don't know about that one.
I, I don't know. I to me when I think about it, I think about like what if my dad actively really enjoyed like Dora as like a grown ass man when I was a kid. Like there's the aspect of enjoying it because you're spending time with your child, and then there's like that I'm gonna watch this on my own time. Like
True.
it makes me really uncomfortable. So like now that I need trains on that today, like where people just do that more often. Um, I don't know. Probably also, didn't it come out about like how much money Roblox makes? And people are
Oh
like, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
you can make a ton of money off kids."
yeah. That's. I think that was about the time. Uh, but I think that was about the time that it started. There started being stricter uh, regulations concerning uh, kids with online gaming.
Yeah. I googled licensed kid game stuff and I found this list by PC Mag of like best games for kids.
Oh
To
my
try, I was
gosh,
trying to like jog my memory, like see some stuff. They've got Overwatch 2 on this list.
it's not a kids
I
game.
have not seen a single kids game on this list yet.
Best games for kids.
The first
Are
game,
you
the
sure about
first
that?
game, the number one game on this list is Among Us. And
Well,
the
okay.
second game is Animal Crossing New Horizons. Number 4 is Crossy Road. Number 5 is Cuphead. If you think Cuphead is a good kids game, you are a sadistic parent. Like let them try, but they're
It's
going to
the
get upset and cry because it's hard.
it's the same. Well, no, it's not that bad, but like it's kind of on the idea of Sausage Party is a child kids movie because it's animated.
Yeah, Fortnite,
That's the
Five Nights at
exact.
Freddy's, Help Wanted. Are you trying to fuck up your kid?
Yes.
The first game, okay, so like Animal Crossing New Horizons, great one. Forza Horizon 4, I really agree with that. It's a basic racing game. You really can't get
I
raunchy
mean,
with it. It's Forza.
I
Uh,
mean Mario Kart.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Kirby
Sure.
Star Allies. Lego 2K Drive, no. If they, God forbid, they find your credit card playing that game. Uh, Mario and Rabbids, Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart Live, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Uh,
I guess. What was
if
that
they're
rated?
if they're a little older, then yeah. But like that,
Yeah, so when I
that's
think
kind
of like
of.
kids games, like games for
I
kids, I
think
think
like
like
kids for
6.
like like
Like
7
yeah,
max.
So
conscious enough to participate in a video game, but not old enough to like follow deep story and or want
yeah,
complicated
Miles was
controls.
rated teen.
Yeah, that's
Oh, definitely not.
And I kind
Yeah.
of agree with that age range.
yeah.
Like, okay, you know how a lot of games say need to be able to read to fully enjoy? When you're able to read that, I consider you old enough to be able to actually enjoy most of the available games.
Yeah,
When you
like
have to have someone read that to you, you're not old enough to be
see
playing
Sea
I
of
mean,
most
Cameron,
of the
I
Thieves.
think
games.
your age range is really low. Kids can read by first grade. Okay, kids used to be able to read by first grade. Let me rephrase that. Um,
Can't, I mean, I still can't read.
I never learned how.
Yeah, reading is a liberal lie, just like birds.
I so
The
I don't
Legend
know.
of
Maybe they
Zelda:
can
Link's
read because
Awakening.
they. I mean, that's absolutely a kids game. You could name like 80% of Nintendo's games, and I'd be like, "Yep, that's a kids
This
game."
list is about 80% Nintendo games.
Yeah, but
You come
it's
with
the
me with
weird
like
ones on there.
Xenoblade, I'd be like, no. Here you go, kid, play Xenoblade.
It imagine throwing a kid into Xenoblade X.
Oh,
No,
good luck.
I'm not really into abusing children.
This list is though Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Oof. Hey kid, do you want to get scarred for life? Like if you're gonna hand them a horror game, uh,
Give him Among Us.
don't.
Yeah, how
But if
about
you're
yeah,
going,
if you're going to Call
Hand
Child
them-
Protective Services, maybe. Maybe call a therapist. Like, why are you doing
Both?
that? But if you're
You'd ra-
gonna Five Nights at Freddy's, bro.
give them a spooky game like Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah, no, Luigi's Mansion would be perfect.
Resident Evil 8. Don't even let them have a tutorial. Just put them right in House Benevento.
That-
Don't give them any story. Don't give them even a chance to follow what's happening. Just get scarred. Hey, Alex, did you ever finish Rose's DLC yet?
Yeah, I beat it a long time ago.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. I did beat Rose's DLC. I did the house thing. I beat Village, and then not too long after I beat Rose's DLC.
Okay.
Like we were just what took me long to beat was waiting for them to release the third person mode so I could play it without getting sick.
I remember now.
Because the field of view in that game is really low.
Yeah. Okay.
Why'd y'all release third person? Because too many people were getting sick. That's literally one of the reasons they listed.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us at us on Twitter, X. Excuse me.
Twitter. Keep calling it
Text,
Twitter. It's
Twex, Switter, Zer. I don't know.
funny.
The Bird app, the Elon app, at All Night Gamers with a K.
Or Threads or Insta or you
Um,
just comment on
my
YouTube.
LinkedIn.
We're gonna see it there.
I'm always available on my LinkedIn.
We do not have a Threads as far as I'm aware.
We do have a Threads. It's associated with
Alex is
Instagram.
like, me as the not social media manager is not aware of the social media that needs managed.
I write the show.
As if we're big enough to have a social media manager.
It
We
would
are.
probably be one of you two.
If we ever post it to social media, it would definitely be one of us.
Yeah. And yeah, so definitely hit us up. Let us know, what do you think about the Pokemon Direct? Did you actually care about something in that Direct other than what we talked about? Because I would love to have lunch with you. Do you like kid games? Do you watch Bluey? Did you have a bad childhood? Let us know. And we'll be back here next week for more of the usual. Thank you so much, and have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.